Hello everyone and welcome to the MenuDocs podcast. Basically the idea of these podcasts is we're going to use them in a way to project information about Menudocs, project information about the Menudox series we do, Menudox projects we do, and basically have people on to showcase them and their work, speak about them, get to know them a little bit, get to know the team a little bit better, and also just have like community members on to have generic conversations, not necessarily about programming. But the idea is to use this podcast as a way or a platform to basically communicate with our community a little bit more, and overall just have a better relationship between team and community. To start us off with, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Menudocs, as this is a Menudocs podcast, and we'll pretty much do that every single podcast that we have. We'll start off by talking about Menudocs, where it is now, what we're potentially going to do in the future for the next week, because we're going to hopefully do these podcasts weekly. I'll see if I can keep to that. They're going to be fairly short, like maybe 20 to 30 minutes. They might go a little bit over if we have a guest, a team member on, or a community member on, or just someone, that might be cool. But as far as the normal, maybe non-guest podcasts go, they will be fairly short. In regards to Menudocs now, as you guys know, we are slacking. We're slacking pretty hard. We have not had many series on the channel. We haven't been uploading very much. And that's going to change. Reason being is recently we started a new thing called Voice of the Community, which is something that I'm very proud of coming up with. Totally didn't steal it from somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you where. Basically, the Voice of the Community is the idea of getting feedback. I'm going to say quarterly, so every 3 months, we're going to get feedback from the community and see what we can do for the next 3 months to come up with something and implement it and improve the way that Menudocs is handled, the way that it emits itself, and so on. Basically, so the Voice of the Community, we got, I think, 20, maybe 30-ish, submissions, and it all came back down to one of the most important things, which is the episodes on our channel. The idea of Discord.js coming back, which it is, I promise. The idea of more video series coming, more variety, and I gotta tell you guys, this is promised. This is coming. In regards to also having the Discord more active, we're thinking of implementing events. For instance, today, we had the Ask Me Anything, which was starring yours truly, Connor, the founder of Menudocs. And I sat there for an hour and 10 minutes, just talking to the community, talking to you guys, and just, going through questions that you were submitting to me. I want to do more of that. I want to be more involved with the community, because in reality, you guys are what makes Menudocs have more motivation to continue for unmotivated times. So what's the end goal of Menudocs? What is the whole idea of Menudocs? If I say Menudocs one more time, I might cry. Anyways, the idea of this organization is to teach people. We're not a registered education company, but we do want to help people find passion for coding, passion for programming, and, teach them or give them the necessary resources to get to that endpoint that they want to get to. Whether that's coding a Discord bot, whether that's coding a web application, whether that's coding a game, whether that's doing something cool like using the Philips Hue lights and making a dashboard for it. We want to have the entertainment stuff like the PHU series, which has information but is mostly for entertainment purposes. And 50-50 it with entertainment and information. So we want to project information to the best that we can, and also provide an entertainment value for that. We're still trying to work out the mathematics there on how to do that, because it's very hard to drone people with all this information as well as keeping it entertaining. I'm sure we'll work out a way. I think we're slowly but surely getting to that point. Yeah, I think we've talked about Menudocs a little bit here. So we've talked about the now, we've talked about the future. Talked about the voice of the community, which is something that's very important to me. It's something that I read personally and go through and make sure that we add it to a chart to be implemented within the next 3 months. But yeah, I mentioned Menudox Projects. I think we can slowly move on into that. So Menudocs has a range of projects, whether that's Mandrock, which is actually coming to the end of its development shortly, whether that's Arella, which we're planning a V3 for, whether that's Dart, which will have its V1 coming soon, or whether that's the Pastebin that's already out, whether that's the website, just all these projects that we have under our belt, and we have some that we haven't spoken about, some that are going to probably not be spoken about for a couple months because that's more of a end half of the year kind of thing. But let's talk about Arella, okay? So what is Arella? Basically, Arella is the middleman between the person who's providing the information and LavaLink. So problems we face with Arella through the transitional period is quite a few things. I don't think the code base was necessarily the best when we got it. I know Solaris, the person who originally had it, kind of neglected it a little bit. He moved on to better programming languages and kind of left it to I wouldn't say rot away. He just lost interest, and that's fine. I've lost interest in the Discord.js series, and I'm happy to admit that. But basically, we decided to get Arella, and we're planning a V3 for it at the moment. This V3 will include a lot of suggestions that people have given us, as well as better ways to implement certain things that may be already in Arella. I just want to give a massive shout out to Solaris for allowing us to pick up the package, because it is something that will help Menudocs grow. Something that's already helped Menudocs grow and will continue to help it grow. But yeah, I mean, there's stuff in Arella V2 that are 100% great. And then there's some stuff that could have been implemented a little bit better. But you live and you learn, right? Not all programmers, well, no programmer is, the smartest in the ever. There's going to be mistakes that are made. And whether that's altered or not doesn't really matter. It just, about evolving and teaching yourself new things. Things we have planned for Arella is, I don't know if you guys have heard, but in a branch of the LavaLink, there is filters that are coming, which will allow us to do stuff like Nightcore, and through with, the way that music is sent back and vocalized. This is a good thing. I think if anyone's used Andesite here, Andesite was amazing. It had filters already implemented into it. It used less resources than LavaLink. And overall, it was just a great, LavaLink, was it fork? Yeah, LavaLink fork. So yeah, we're gonna see filters coming to LavaLink soon, and we'll try and put steps in place to handle that when they come. The way we want to build Arella is so that we're taking into account that there's going to be these future things in LavaLink that we already know of. So we'll have that kind of laying dormant, and we'll have some stuff in Arella that is done better. For instance, there's a few suggestions in the Arella suggestions channel that you guys can go look at, and we've commented on them and said that we'll add them to a to-do list, or we may have already implemented them. For instance, recently we changed from, I don't know how to say it, it's Axis or something like that, to, I can't even say this one, Petitio, or something like that. You'll see it if you go on the project. You'll see the latest big pull request being that from 2D. So we've changed to that, and so far so good. We faced a few issues, like for instance, your Node.js needs to be version 14. I know a lot of people are running version 12. But yeah, there shouldn't be any issues with upgrading to Node 14, as it is a stable version at this point in time. So basically, there might be some packages that don't necessarily support it, which is fine. You can't prepare for the future when you don't know what the future is going to be. But yeah, I mean, that's the only issue that's come from that. Apart from that, we've lessened how much, a rel is in file size because of the fact that we don't have to grab this entire massive package. We can just grab the small one that we're now using to pull requests for a rel. Yeah, let's move on to Dart. So, for instance, Dart is a ViewPress theme. It was originally a fork of a ViewPress theme that I can't remember the name of. I think it was Rico. And what we did was we added color changing to it. We added a few other small minor details to it. But what we're going to do is we're actually just going to strip it back completely of stuff that we think is redundant. And we're going to rebuild it and code up a little bit. And then release it as a package. At the moment, you can find Dart on our GitHub. It's on viewpress-theme-dart as the repository. And basically, when this thing releases, we're going to have docs that come with it. So we're going to use the guides.menudocs.org. We're going to use that as where we have our docs. And then we're going to have a series for this, so like a video series. And we'll probably have written docs for it as well. Written guides for it as well. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be cool. I think Dart is probably one of the most... probably the project that I'm most invested in regards to motivated to add to, and also because I like ViewPress. I think ViewPress is absolutely amazing. Yeah, I just think that Dart is going to be a great project for us, and it's going to gauge a community that we haven't already gauged. And then we'll pretty much move on from there, won't we? Going on from there, I think we can probably tease a project. Maybe. We'll tease a project in the coming podcast. Actually, probably not now. Let's move on now. So I'm thinking of moving on. Let's do, I don't know, proficients, for instance. I want to talk about proficients. So in our Discord, we have a role called proficients, and when you become a proficient team member, you get a role, you get ping dollar, and you also get access to review code for our tutorials and help improve it and kind of add your 2 cents to the series. We're thinking of changing that. So we're still going to keep the proficient role. We're going to make a major push for it and try and get some incentive going for it. And then we're also going to have reviewer applications. So people that don't necessarily want to get pinged and don't want to be seen as someone that can help in the Discord will probably be the people that apply for the reviewers role, which basically means you'll get access to certain series to review them within the Menudocs HQ Discord, which is a private Discord for everything Menudocs. And we'll pretty much just go from there, won't we? We would just have you coming in reviewing if you're accepted, and you won't have to be a proficient in the main Discord. Whereas if you're a proficient in the main Discord, at the moment you obviously get access to review, but we're going to split it so that you can be a proficient or/and a reviewer, but not both if you don't want to. The reason for this split is I found that people were wanting to be proficients and not wanting to be reviewers, or wanting to be reviewers and not wanting to be proficients, if I said that right. Get where I'm coming from. So why not just split it up, I think that's probably the best approach we can go for with that. But if you have any suggestions on that, chuck them down in the comments section, won't you? Because this will be uploaded to, I believe, our YouTube channel, which is going to be fun. Because I'm not sure how we're going to visualize it, in the sense that, because we're not going to have face cams in these podcasts. So, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe we'll just have because we have wallpapers. We might just have a different Menudocs wallpaper, each podcast just chilling in the background. Something like that. Yeah, moving on. Mandrock. I know it's been a long-awaited project, and I know there's a lot of banter, jokes, and everything coming with it. Mandrock V3 is coming. We just got to do our final touches. Basically, all the code is done. Final touches in regards to setting values for leveling, setting values for money gain, setting prices for the shop, setting chances for like coin flip and stuff like that, and also rewording some of the responses. And then once that's done, Menudox will be an open source project that, although you will be able to contribute to, we won't provide support for hosting. So we're going to give you the steps and the package.json and everything like that to be able to run the bot so that people can help contribute to it, obviously. But we're not actually going to provide support for hosting it. Reason being is it's Menudox. It's a Menudox project. It's a guild-bound project. And we're not going to provide support for it. And that's just where it is. Yeah, I mean, it's been like a long year and a bit working on Menudox. We've got a lot of new features coming. A lot of new features. For instance, we've got a couple extra language commands coming. We've got better eco support and better eco games and stuff like that, because when we did the forms probably about a year ago now as well, we asked what the two most important things were, or well, we asked what the most important thing was to the community, and they said economy. And then we asked the staff members what the most important thing to them was, and they said moderation. So what we've done is we've basically built a bot that is an economy bot with moderation tools that are great and over the moon. And then we've added other features like, for instance, reaction roles, so that we can get rid of this pinging everyone for you guys, because I know that's an issue that you guys have. You're not fond of getting tagged at everyone all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to have separate roles. So it'd be like pinging for videos. You'll get pinged for announcements and just stuff like that. You'll have separate roles to be able to get pinged. And also with the reaction roles, you'll be able to build the Menudocs Discord to your liking. So for instance, if you don't want the Discord bot support channels visible, you just get rid of that role. And basically you won't see that entire category. So you'll be able to have the main categories that you won't be able to toggle. So you'll have the announcements and info, you'll have general, and I think you'll have the bot channels. Or I remember how I did it. I actually think it's just the administration category and the discussion category that you'll have visible, and maybe the voice category. And then you can build from there. So you can enable logs, you can enable the Umbrella.js channels, you can enable the development channels, stuff like that. Because people were complaining about just, seeing stuff that they don't want to see, which is fine. We implemented a starboard with Pyro, so that got taken off the Menudox checklist. I think Pyro's done a great job with the starboard. There's obviously things you can improve on, and if you have any suggestions for that, you can make a pull request or message Ethan directly. But apart from that, I think we've covered a lot of things. The Ask Me Anything is going to happen a lot more often. We're gonna make sure that happens a lot more often. It's not going to just be me hosting it. There's going to be other staff members, management members, community members hosting them. And we'll pretty much just go from there. What else? We've got obviously the Discord.js series coming back. We've got Discord Pi series coming back. We've got the PQ series coming back. And we've got other series that we're going to implement over the coming weeks to hopefully get back in a routine of uploading. There's just been an issue with reviewers for the code and lengthy time of reviews. Pretty much getting rid of people's motivation, such as myself. But yeah, I mean, we're going to try and come back as strong as possible and hopefully grow. We'll hopefully hit 10K by the end of the year and then proceed from there, because 10K is the goal for the year. I think 1K on the Twitter is a goal for a year. We're going to start doing video shorts to see if that will help us grow. We're going to start uploading directly to Facebook to see if that will help us grow. Going to get a new website going to see if that will help us grow. Just all these things that we're starting to put in place to see if that will help us grow. People at the Ask Me Anything were suggesting that we do merch. If that is something you guys want to see, please just let me know. and we'll pretty much go from there. If you were at the Ask Me Anything, just know that at them, you will find out that there is certain things that will be said that aren't going to be discussed publicly. So, for instance, there was a project revealed at the Ask Me Anything and what it will do. Excuse me. And then basically you'll just find out private information like that won't be discussed publicly until it gets announced further down the line. For instance, the idea of Hornet and what Hornet is got discussed at the Ask Me Anything. And people seemed over the moon interested about it, actually, which is great, because that means that I know that this project is going to be a hit and it will not miss. Leading on from that, I don't think there's really much more to cover. This is more of an introductory hello, how you doing? Actually, I forgot to mention that the Pastebin, or Menudox Pastebin, for instance, is going to get hopefully a front-end rework this year so that it will look much better. Will hopefully look similar to the website once we get the website done, and overall will hopefully operate better. Anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed listening for 20 minutes. Well, 21 minutes, 40 seconds so far. And hopefully in the future, they will obviously be longer. We'll have like a questions list for people that are guest starring on it. Or, for instance, we will have better topics to talk about than just kind of introductory stuff, telling you a little bit about MenuDocs. But yeah, this has been Connor here from MenuDocs. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you guys in the next podcast and potentially in videos shortly. Peace.